All right, if you're gonna be talking now, this is a very important phrase, so I want you to repeat it back to me one more time.
Zeppelin rules.
That's right, up high.
Would y'all even want that?
There seems to be an audience for that.
Yeah.
He and I think, will always be open to that when the right project comes along, or the right timing of rebooting something that we've already done together.
I see another one.
I got to ask Jensen this a few years ago, but you were not there.
Well, that sounded judgy.
Because Supernatural was on the CW.
Yes.
And a regular network, there were standards and practices.
Yeah.
How do you think Sam's character or storyline would have changed, would have been different, had it been on, say, HBO?
That's actually a better question than I think it sounds like. Sorry I wasn't there a couple years ago.
What did I say?
You were on stage with Misha, and you both looked puzzled, and he went, "I'm just trying to say we're not having sex."
The tracks.
And
That's the opposite of what I was going to
The
say.
entire panel went downhill from there, and I've been blamed for that for years.
It also tracks.
You know what's funny is that I've thought about this, and I wonder what Ackles thinks. We've kind of talked about it here and there over the years, but we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, in a meet and greet.
Yeah, in the meet and greet. I kind of really enjoy that there are guidelines. It's sort of, if you can just do anything. There was a funny interview with
You get the boys. That's what happens.
which is great, but I love it. You have to kind of be more creative within boundaries. Like that's how I parent. It's like these are the guidelines. These are the rules. This is the box you can't leave. Play within it, as opposed to just do anything and everything. And I think you can lose some of the art. And The Boys is amazing. And The Boys wouldn't work on the CW, and but that's what it is, and you know that's what it is. Like I don't know if when we come back, I want to say fuck on camera. It's going to be a discussion between he and I and him and among whomever else. But I don't know. There was something magical and universal, and I mean, there were probably a dozen or 2 dozen children here yesterday that if we're running around naked or saying this and then the other, it might not translate, and hopefully parents wouldn't show that to their kids. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with the CW, and also because we had y'all, and because of the CW. And they let us work through our growing pains. We did 15 years. And I think anywhere else, we would have been dead in the water. After dead in the water, as a matter of fact.
That's right. I think if anything, it would be just maybe an elevated gore version of Supernatural. There was a lot of, Like, I don't think necessarily, you know, more colorful language or, you know, more skin or anything like that. I don't think that that would really benefit the story necessarily. But I think what we could and couldn't show in regards to scare and blood and you know, that kind of stuff, we had to temper that. So I think maybe we'd probably elevate that to an extent if we were on a you know, on a network or a streamer that allowed that to happen where there weren't standards and practices. But there were, like, we pushed the envelope. The writers definitely pushed the envelope. Like, one thing I remember is we couldn't say prick, but we could say dick. So they wrote an entire season with a guy named Dick Roman, just so we could hammer that home. And I think that was...
Wow. We can say hammer as well.
That's right. So it's it was, like Jared said, there were ways of trying to, you know, push the envelope a bit with staying in the parameters that we had to and those guidelines. And I think that as a show that was on a broadcast network, we probably took a little bit more of a risk and took some chances, more so than I think most network shows. And I think that was exciting for us. But I think if there were no parameters and we were able to do just whatever we wanted to, I'm not sure it would be that much different, because I don't know that it would serve the story as well.
Yeah, if the puzzle has no rules, then is it really a puzzle? You know? That's a strange question, sorry. What? Happy Sunday? I'm saying if someone just gives you 1,000 pieces of a puzzle, but anything goes anywhere, then who gives a shit? If it's like, what? I love puzzles.
You don't understand. Stop placating him.
Thank you for your question.
Like, I hope this isn't the last time I'll play Sam Winchester.
Nothing ever stays down in Supernatural.
I hope I have some ideas, and I hope now that the writers are back and actors are back, that we all get to see it together.
We get to see those scenes play out in real life. Wait, what? Go ahead. Yeah, I think stay tuned on that. Yeah. There's some conversations regarding that conversation that are being had.
In the meantime, love y'all. We'll see. Frankly, and this is obviously on camera, so maybe I shouldn't say this, I feel like the show could go 15 more, honestly. Like, I feel like we have so much that we could do, so many stories we could tell.
We were 15 years in, it's just the show that will never end.
No doubt, endings are hard. But then again, nothing ever really ends, does it?
I love you, and we won't be gone long after.
When Jared and Sam say goodbye to each other, hopefully it's see you later and not goodbye, you know?